Who hasn't been there? When you need your lawnmower, of course it doesn't want to start. That's why today I want to show you a couple of tips and tricks how to get it started again. So at first, let's have a look at the gas tank and make sure that it's full. And especially after the winter break, it is possible that the gas isn't good anymore, so we should completely replace it. So next I'm going to have a look at the gas line that's here between the gas tank and the carburetor. Some lawnmowers have a shutoff valve at this location, so you want to make sure that if you have the valve, that the valve is open, so that the fuel can flow into the carburetor. Now I am going to have a look at the primer bulb. In case I find any cracks, I am going to replace it. In the upper right corner you can find a link to a video that shows you how to do that. So next I am going to remove the cover of the air filter. I simply take the filter off and I examine it for dirt and debris, and in case it is too dirty, then I'm also going to replace that. Now before I put the filter back in place, I examine the air intake for dirt and debris, and I eventually clean that first. Now let's have a look at the spark plug. At first we're going to disconnect the spark plug connector, and we then remove it with a spark plug wrench. This spark plug is in a pretty bad shape already, so you can either clean it with a wire brush or you can just get a new one. Next I'm going to check for a spark. To do that I reconnect the spark plug with the spark plug connector and I lean the spark plug against the engine block. And now that I'm trying to start the engine, you can see that there is a spark. So everything is okay at this spot. So this means that we can put the spark plug back in, and we make sure to only hand tighten it. Also, don't forget to reconnect the spark plug connector. Next I'm going to have a look at the engine oil. So first I'm going to remove the dipstick and I wipe it off with a paper towel. And I put the stick back into the engine just to take it out right away again. Now I'm not sure if you can see this in this video, but the oil level should be someplace in this checkered area. Also, if you are not sure on how to change the oil in your lawnmower, check out the link to that video here in the corner. And as a last step, I'm going to check the carburetor for contamination. So you see here underneath the float chamber there's this little screw, and I am going to remove that right now. And as you can see, when you loosen it, the gas is going to come out. So you want to make sure that you have your fuel valve closed at this point. So now that I took off the screw, let's have a look inside of the float chamber. And as you can see, this is pretty clean. There may be some dirt in there, in which case you want to clean that. And now let's have a close look at that screw. As you can see here, on the top and on the sides, there are some small holes in there, and you want to make sure that those holes are really clean. That is very important. So now that I made sure all these parts are clean, I am putting them back together, and I also make sure that I open up the shutoff valve. And now let us see if the engine will start again. First I'm going to push the primer button and I pull the cord, and as we can see, it starts right back up. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to check out my other lawnmower videos.